In the year 450 AD, a significant transformation began to unfold in what we now know as Britain. The Anglo-Saxon invasion marked a pivotal moment in the history of Dark Age Britannia, a time characterized by uncertainty and change following the decline of Roman rule. As the Roman Empire withdrew its legions, the once stable provinces of Britain faced a power vacuum, leading to a scramble for dominance among various tribes and groups. It was during this tumultuous period that the Anglo-Saxons, a collection of Germanic tribes, began to migrate to the island, forever altering its cultural and political landscape. This video will take you on a journey through this fascinating era, exploring the motivations behind the Anglo-Saxon migration and the profound effects it had on the British Isles. The significance of this invasion cannot be overstated. It laid the groundwork for the development of the English nation and its language, shaping the identity of Britain for centuries to come. As we delve deeper into the events of this period, we'll uncover how the Anglo-Saxons not only established new kingdoms, but also influenced art, culture, and society in ways that resonate to this day. So buckle up as we explore the rich tapestry of history that surrounds the Anglo-Saxon invasion and its lasting impact on British history. Historical context. Before the Anglo-Saxon invasion in the 5th century, Britannia was a land in transition, grappling with the aftermath of Roman withdrawal. The once thriving Roman Empire had dominated the region for nearly 4 centuries, bringing with it a structured political system, advanced infrastructure, and a flourishing economy. However, by the early 400s, the Roman legions began to retreat, leaving behind a fragmented society struggling to maintain order. This decline of Roman influence created a significant power vacuum, leading to instability and conflict among various groups vying for control. In this chaotic landscape, several key tribes and groups emerged. The Celtic Britons, who had been the indigenous inhabitants of the island, found themselves facing increasing pressure from external forces. The Picts and Scots from the north posed threats to their territories, while the Saxons, Angles, and Jutes began to make their way across the North Sea, drawn by the promise of fertile land and resources. These Germanic tribes were not merely invaders. They were also skilled warriors and settlers, eager to carve out their own place in this changing world. As we explore the state of Britannia before the Anglo-Saxon invasion, we'll uncover the complex interplay of cultures, conflicts, and alliances that set the stage for one of the most transformative periods in British history. Understanding this context is crucial to grasping the significance of the Anglo-Saxon arrival and its lasting impact on the island. The Anglo-Saxon tribes. As the Anglo-Saxon invasion unfolded, 3 primary tribes emerged as key players in this transformative period: the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes. Each of these tribes had distinct origins and motivations that drove them to migrate from their homelands in what is now modern-day Germany and Denmark to the shores of Britannia. The Angles, believed to have originated from the Anglia region of northern Germany, were motivated by a combination of overpopulation and the allure of fertile land in Britain. Their migration was not just a quest for territory, but also an opportunity to establish new communities and livelihoods. The Saxons, hailing from the area around the Elbe River, were similarly drawn to Britannia, seeking to escape the pressures of their own lands and to find new opportunities for trade and settlement. The Jutes, who came from the Jutland Peninsula, were perhaps the least numerous, but played a crucial role in the early settlements along the southeastern coast of Britain. These tribes brought with them rich cultural traditions and linguistic influences that would shape the future of England. The Old English language, which evolved from the dialects of these tribes, laid the foundation for modern English. Additionally, their pagan beliefs, art, and social structures contributed to the cultural tapestry of early medieval Britain. As we delve deeper into the stories of these tribes, we'll uncover how their migration not only changed the landscape of Britannia, but also left an indelible mark on its history and identity. The invasion begins. The initial stages of the Anglo-Saxon invasion were marked by a series of strategic landings along the southeastern coast of Britannia, particularly in areas such as Kent, Sussex, and East Anglia. The Jutes were among the first to arrive, establishing settlements in Kent around 449 AD, while the Angles and Saxons soon followed, creating their own footholds in the region. These early settlements were often fortified, with wooden structures and earthworks designed to protect against potential attacks from rival tribes and native Britons. The strategies employed by the Anglo-Saxon tribes during the invasion were multifaceted. They utilized their skills as seafarers to navigate the treacherous waters of the North Sea, landing banding in small groups to establish control over key coastal areas. Once on land, they employed a combination of guerrilla tactics and open warfare, leveraging their superior mobility and knowledge of the terrain to outmaneuver their opponents. The tribes often formed alliances with local factions, seeking to weaken the resistance of the native Britons. However, the Anglo-Saxons did not face an easy path. The native Britons, who were fiercely protective of their lands, mounted significant resistance against the invaders. Tribal leaders rallied their forces to defend against the encroaching Anglo-Saxon settlements, leading to a series of skirmishes and battles. This initial clash of cultures set the stage for a prolonged struggle for dominance, as the Anglo-Saxons sought to expand their territories, while the Britons fought to preserve their way of life. Key battles and conflicts. As the Anglo-Saxon invasion progressed, several significant battles emerged that would shape the course of this tumultuous period. One of the most notable conflicts was the Battle of Mount Badon, believed to have taken place around 490 AD. This battle is often cited as a pivotal moment in the resistance against the Anglo-Saxon encroachment. According to historical accounts, a British leader, possibly King Arthur, rallied his forces to confront the invading Saxons. The Britons employed strategic defensive tactics, utilizing the terrain to their advantage and launching surprise attacks against the Anglo-Saxon forces. The outcome was a decisive victory for the Britons, temporarily halting the Anglo-Saxon advance and boosting morale among the native population. Another significant conflict was the Battle of Diorum in 577 AD, where the Anglo-Saxons achieved a crucial victory. This battle allowed them to capture key cities such as Bath, Gloucester, and Cirencester, effectively establishing control over much of the western part of Britannia. The Anglo-Saxons utilized a combination of cavalry and infantry tactics, focusing on coordinated assaults that overwhelmed the Britons. These battles had profound impacts on the course of the invasion. The victory at Mount Badon provided a temporary respite for the Britons, allowing them to regroup and resist further incursions. However, the subsequent success at Diorum marked a turning point, enabling the Anglo-Saxons to expand their territories significantly. The ebb and flow of these conflicts not only influenced territorial control, but also set the stage for the eventual establishment of Anglo-Saxon kingdoms across Britain, reshaping the cultural and political landscape for centuries to come. Cultural impact. The Anglo-Saxon invasion brought about profound cultural changes that would shape the identity of Britain for centuries. One of the most significant transformations was the introduction of new customs and traditions. The Anglo-Saxons brought with them their own social structures, agricultural practices, and religious beliefs, which began to blend with the existing Celtic traditions of the native Britons. This fusion resulted in a rich tapestry of cultural practices, from seasonal festivals to communal gatherings, that reflected both Anglo-Saxon and native influences. Language also underwent a significant evolution during this period. The Old English language, derived from the dialects of the Anglo-Saxon tribes, began to take root, gradually replacing the Celtic languages spoken by the Britons. This linguistic shift not only facilitated communication, but also laid the groundwork for the development of the English language as we know it today. The impact of this change can still be felt, as many modern English words and phrases have their origins in Old English. Art forms flourished as well, with the Anglo-Saxons contributing intricate metalwork, illuminated manuscripts, and distinctive architectural styles. The blending of Anglo-Saxon and native artistic traditions led to unique expressions of creativity that celebrated both cultures. The long-term effects of these cultural changes were significant, as they contributed to the formation of a distinct British identity. The amalgamation of Anglo-Saxon and Celtic elements created a heritage that would influence literature, art, and societal norms for generations. This rich cultural legacy continues to resonate in contemporary British society, reminding us of the complex history that shaped the nation. Legacy of the invasion. The Anglo-Saxon invasion left an indelible mark on the future of England, shaping its political, cultural, and linguistic landscape in ways that are still evident today. Following the initial waves of migration and settlement, the Anglo-Saxons established several kingdoms, including Wessex, Mercia, and Northumbria. These kingdoms became centers of power and culture, each contributing to the development of a distinct regional identity. Over time, the consolidation of these kingdoms laid the groundwork for the eventual unification of England under a single monarchy, a process that would culminate in the 10th century. The influence of the Anglo-Saxon invasion extended beyond politics and governance. It also profoundly impacted the English language and culture. The Old English language, which emerged from the dialects of the Anglo-Saxon tribes, became the foundation for modern English. Many words, grammatical structures, and idiomatic expressions in contemporary English can be traced back to this period. The blending of Anglo-Saxon and native Celtic influences also enriched English literature, with epic poems like Beowulf reflecting the values and experiences of this era. Moreover, the cultural practices established during the Anglo-Saxon period, such as legal systems, agricultural methods, and artistic expressions, continue to resonate in modern British society. The legacy of the Anglo-Saxon invasion is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of cultures, illustrating how historical events can shape the identity of a nation for generations to come. Today, the echoes of this rich heritage are woven into the fabric of England, reminding us of the complex history that has shaped its people and culture. In this video, we've explored the profound significance of the Anglo-Saxon invasion and its lasting impact on British history. We began by examining the historical context of the century Britannia, highlighting the political and social landscape that set the stage for the arrival of the Anglo-Saxon tribes. We then introduced the key tribes, Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, discussing their origins, motivations for migration, and the cultural contributions they made to the region. As we delved into the initial stages of the invasion, we highlighted the landing sites and early settlements established by these tribes, as well as the resistance they faced from the native Britons. Significant battles, such as the Battle of Mount Badon and the Battle of Deorham, illustrated the fierce conflicts that shaped the course of the invasion. We also explored the cultural changes brought about by this period, including the blending of customs, language, and art forms that enriched the British identity. Ultimately, the legacy of the Anglo-Saxon invasion is evident in the establishment of kingdoms, the unification of England, and the lasting influence on the English language and culture. As you reflect on these cultural impacts, consider how they continue to resonate in our society today. If you enjoyed this exploration of history, please subscribe, like, and share this video for more engaging content on the fascinating stories that have shaped our world. Thank you for watching.